Doctor Doom's hidden tragedy. There's a tapestry hanging inside Doctor Doom's throne room, and Marvel barely explains it, but it might be the reason he's about to destroy reality. In the new Avengers Doomsday special look, Sue Storm finally opens up about who Victor Von Doom used to be. He used to be kind, she says. He used to be caring. Then everything he loved was taken from him. That's Sue, on screen, describing a man she actually knew, not fan speculation. This Doom comes from Earth 828, the Fantastic Four's own reality. Sue and Reed didn't meet him as a villain. They knew him before whatever broke him. Behind his throne hangs that tapestry, a woman and a child, still watching him. Marvel has never named them. Most fans assume it's his lost wife and son. Still, just a guess. Here's what we know for certain. Whatever happened to that family is why Doom is willing to erase every universe to get it back. And the first real sign of what he'd do about it wasn't in a trailer. It was sitting quietly at the end of a movie everyone already watched. Doom's Franklin Richards move. That quiet moment was hiding inside the Fantastic Four first steps the entire time. The film jumps 4 years past Galactus to baby Franklin Richards at home in the Baxter building. Sue steps away for 1 second. When she turns back, someone's already standing over her son, a cloaked figure, holding a metal mask. Marvel confirmed it afterward. That's Doctor Doom. And the Russo brothers shot the scene themselves, right on the Avengers Doomsday set. He never speaks, he never removes the mask. Franklin just reaches out to touch his face, and the screen cuts to black. That's it. That's the whole scene, and it's the actual starting point of everything building towards Secret Wars. The moment Doom decided this one child mattered enough to chase across the multiverse. Miss this scene, and half of what happens in Doomsday won't make sense. Doom's mutant-killing army. Thor tries to end this fight in seconds, and Doom stops him without even trying. In the latest trailer, Thor swings Stormbreaker straight at Doom's skull. Doom just catches it, throws him back, then says the line that's already everywhere online, "Hell answers to me, for I am Doom." He raises one hand, and Sentinels start rising out of the ground around him. Dozens of them. The same mutant-hunting robots from the X-Men films, now rebuilt, and somehow answering to Doom. The trailer cuts straight to Cyclops firing his optic blast. Magneto's right there too, in the middle of it. This isn't Avengers versus one villain anymore. It's turning into a three-way war. Avengers, X-Men, and an army built to wipe mutants out, with Doom holding the leash on all of it. X-Men's final mission. You don't need the X-Men reboot to see the original team again. They're already confirmed for Doomsday. Patrick Stewart is back as Professor X. So is Ian McKellen as Magneto. Kelsey Grammer returns as Beast, standing alongside Rebecca Romijn's Mystique and Alan Cummings' Nightcrawler. James Marsden puts the visor back on as Cyclops for the first time in over 20 years. And Channing Tatum finally gets to play Gambit, years after his solo movie got shelved. This isn't casting rumor. Marvel confirmed every name. For anyone who grew up on the Fox X-Men movies, this is the reunion nobody expected to actually happen. One last mission with the Avengers, right before an entirely new generation of mutants takes their place. Steve broke everything. Steve Rogers might be the exact reason any of this is happening. In the Doomsday trailer, Doom stares straight at the assembled heroes and says, "All of you have lived stolen lives, but now you must give them back." Strange line. Until you remember how Avengers Endgame actually ended. Steve went back in time, stayed with Peggy Carter, and built a life that was never supposed to exist. A separate teaser backs this up. Steve, older now, holding a baby, Peggy standing beside him. Chris Evans has already warned fans that Steve's story this time is, in his own words, brutal. Now, this next part is theory, not something Marvel has confirmed. Many fans believe Steve's decision to stay in the past is what quietly created the timeline break that eventually cost Doom his own family. Marvel hasn't said that outright, but if Doom's line about stolen lives is aimed at anyone first, it's aimed at Steve. Spider-Man, Brand New Day doesn't end on Earth at all. The final scene follows Ned's Spidey tracker, the app he built to find Peter after Doctor Strange's spell erased him from everyone's memory. The tracker scans past the moon, keeps going, and locks onto a signal deep in space, right next to something nobody recognizes. There's no Peter on screen, no explanation either, just the app, the dark, and 4 words: Spider-Man will return. Marvel hasn't said what pulled him out there, or when it happened. What it does confirm is that Peter's story just left New York completely, and whatever dragged him into space lines up with the same cosmic scale Doomsday and Secret Wars are already building, which is exactly why fans are still replaying this ending, frame by frame. Peter's black suit secret. Brand New Day already gave Spider-Man his black suit moment, just not the way anyone expected. Instead of alien goo landing on him, Peter goes through something physical and uncomfortable, and the film never actually shows a symbiote. That restraint, might be the biggest clue in the whole movie. Back in the original 1984 Secret Wars comic, Peter gets his black costume on Battleworld, and it later turns out to be alive. The same creature that eventually becomes Venom sends Spider-Man into deep space right as Secret Wars kicks off, and that exact origin becomes very easy to recreate. Marvel has never confirmed a symbiote arc is coming. This is theory, built on a 40-year-old comic, and one very deliberate choice to leave the ending unexplained. But out of everything left hanging in Brand New Day, this is the piece lining up hardest with where Peter's headed next. Secret Wars leak exposed. Not everything circulating online about this saga is real, and one leak proves exactly that. Back in March 2025, a batch of concept art appeared online, supposedly showing new characters on Battleworld during Doomsday or Secret Wars. It spread everywhere. Fans were convinced they'd just seen the future of the franchise. Then reporters actually asked the Russo brothers about it directly. Joe Russo's answer was blunt. The artwork wasn't from Avengers, Doomsday or Secret Wars at all. Anthony Russo backed him up, confirming none of it counted as a real spoiler. So if you've seen those images in other theory videos, you're looking at fan art, not studio material. Worth remembering for everything that follows too. Trailers, cast reveals, and director quotes are fact. Random leaked art usually isn't. Feige's Battleworld master plan. Kevin Feige just answered the question fans have been asking for years. Is Secret Wars about to wipe out the entire MCU and start over? On the Happy Sad Confused podcast, Feige gave a flat no. Instead, he named the exact comic he's using as a guide, Jonathan Hickman's 2015 Secret Wars run. I look to the comics, as I always do, Feige said, calling that story a nice roadmap to where we can go. In Hickman's version, Dr. Doom survives the multiverse collapsing by fusing the leftover pieces into Battleworld and ruling over all of it alone. Feige described the MCU's future the same way, not a reboot, but a streamlined, simplified, single universe. That's Feige, on record, not speculation. It means whatever Doom builds on Battleworld probably doesn't get erased in the next movie. It becomes the new foundation the MCU builds on. Marvel's next era started. Avengers. Doomsday isn't even in theaters yet, and the movie after Secret Wars already has its full cast locked in. At D23, Marvel revealed the new X-Men lineup. Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, Kit Connor as Cyclops, Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister, landing May 5th, 2028. That date isn't random. It lands right after Secret Wars wraps this entire saga, which makes X-Men the actual starting point of Marvel's next era. And Secret Wars itself might already be further along than anyone realizes. The Russo brothers told press that filming would begin, in Anthony Russo's own words. So soon it's making us sweat a little. Multiple industry insiders are now reporting cameras have already started rolling. Marvel hasn't confirmed that officially yet. Whatever happens on Battleworld, the next generation is already cast and waiting, and this time, the wait for answers might be shorter than anyone thinks.